Okay, so that tire doesn't hold any air. That's a bummer. Thought I would just put the battery and fill up the wheel, make a nice edit of it, and of me pulling out the car after winter break. But no. So we have to change the front wheels, and I do not have my lift here, so I have to wait for Dave to come from the garage to bring me a lift.
I'm a little fucked up.
Okay, so while Davey finishes eating up this mess, he will go and fix this mess. And while my mess right over here dries up, Philip over here is gonna take care of this mess. Let's do it. So I think the haircut turned out pretty good. Philip did a good job. And now we have to do a good job with this thing, because some of you that follow the channel know I crashed this car in autumn last year, right after I rebuilt it, which is unfortunate, but it happened, and well, now I have to fix it again. So as you can see, all the Bondo we put on there cracked. The reason we put on so much Bondo is because we welded on a repair panel, and the repair panel warped up completely on us, and I didn't have the nerve to replace it again, so we just put out a Bondo and made the fender shape out of Bondo. So that's why there's so much of it poking out here. And I'm going to repair it the same way. And I don't care what you say. I know it's not the right way, but I really can't be bothered with changing the whole panel, because that will cost a lot of money, first of all, and it's going to take a longer time, which I don't have money and I don't want to waste time, because the season is right around the corner, and the last thing I need is for me to kill half of the season repairing the car again like I did last year. I want to drive this car, and I don't care if it's going to be repaired. I just don't want, you know, cracking Bondo out of the side. And also the MOT inspector is not going to like this probably, so I have to take care of that. First thing we have to do is pull out this part, because as you can see, it is very shoved under the light, which should not be. Here, as you can see, it's flush with the light, so we have to poke that out and somehow shape it. But to do that effectively, I think we have to take out the light and take off the bumper. So let's get to it. So after taking off the taillight and the bumper, I've decided to start peeling off the Bondo. But after seeing how ineffective I was, I started to take care of the dent. Baby, now let's go. Okay, so my landlord saw us struggling with the spotter, because the metal over here is just too damn thick and the spotter doesn't help. So he brought us this thing. I don't know what you call it in English, but it's literally a hydraulic press to push out the crashed in part of the car. So let's see if that works. So my absolutely phenomenal landlord, not only he lent us the thing, but then saw us struggling using the hydraulic press. So he came around and helped us pull it out, and it got the shape much better. Now I have to sand down most of this place and just scrape off some of the old Bondo and just, I don't know, scrape it out. So we can put a fresh layer of Bondo, of course, because it's not going to stick on the paint. And do our best to make it look as seamless as possible, which is going to be pretty fun. It's not going to be fun. Alright, so there's one thing I really found annoying about this car, and that is that KBD rear bumper, which looks good, don't get me wrong. It's sick when you're drifting and it's scratching all over the place. But since this car is not going to be a drift car anymore, I don't think I want to be listening to it. And it's not going to be a stance car either. So I do not want to be listening to the bumper scraping all the time on the floor. So I do have an alternative, which is an OEM rear bumper that has already been bumper cut, but it's not the straightest of a cut. And as you can see, here is this edge. Here it is not, since that's not where the exhaust is. And there is a lot of touch-ups that need to be done on this, also sand it down and get it ready for paint. So I'm going to do a few touch-ups to make it as best as I can and slowly get it ready for paint, as well as that side of the car. So let's do it. Yep, that is almost perfect. I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna attempt to cut this lip from the old exhaust place, where the exhaust was, and make it look as similar as I can as it is on the other side, so. Okay, so the bumper is on. Don't mind the exhaust. That is going to be re-welded because it is very, very hanging low right now because it was welded up to fit the KBD one. But if I look at it like this, it looks pretty good. But if you take a little bit more time looking at it, you see that it slightly droops. And I don't think I want to be dealing with that because if I do cut a line, it's going to be a very, very long line. I don't know if it's going to be straight. That's the first thing. Second thing, most of the time, you're going to be looking at the car like this. So you don't see it either way. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this, like I did it. I straightened it up pretty well. I'm very proud of how clean it looked now on all the edges around. And if I look at it from like a side over here, yeah, I'm liking that a lot. That looks so badass. Can't wait for it to be all in one color. There's one more thing that I do not like about this bumper. And from this side and from the other side, you can see it. And it's those painted over markers. And I don't think, since on the front bumper there is none, having ones in the back is useless, in my opinion. Which means I'm just going to take them out, use some fiberglass, fill up as much as I can with fiberglass, and then Bondo over it and make it look seamless, which in my opinion is going to look pretty clean. So let's do that. Right, so the idea is this. I've already cut these suckers out. Now, I'm going to use duct tape, stick it over this, maybe like this. I don't know, I'm gonna stretch it as much as I can to make a flat place where from the other side, I am going to put on the fiberglass. So it's the next day. Let's check out how this thing turned out. I think that didn't turn out too bad, but there is a slight hole and gap over here because there's not enough layer there. But if I get another layer of fiberglass and fill up these gaps a little, let it dry, then sand it down, I think that will be the best case scenario and best way to do it. So the Miata, the rear panel, and the bumper is officially painted. So the car is officially fixed, or at least the rear end is. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. But the one thing that I very, very despise and that I very don't like is how the exhaust now really sticks out. As you can see, because it was welded up for the KBD body kit, or the bumper, which is no longer on there. And so that needs a little bit more work. Also, I think I'm gonna cut off a part of these things which are for the badge bar, as you can see there, but just cut them up a little so they don't see through that much from the bumper, because it is pretty annoying and doesn't look that great, but I think it looks pretty good. It turned out pretty well, but there's one thing that you might have noticed, which is my dumbass tried to straighten this part before having the rear panel, so it is a little crooked, but that's okay, because it was meant to be done quick and relatively nice, not perfect. I just want to drive this car, I want to shoot some videos with this car this year, not just build it the whole year and rarely drive it, just, you know. So can't wait to show you guys what I have in plan with this vehicle. We have to, of course, wait for the wheels because they look horrendous. These are the stock ones. I sold my tri-spokes, but for that, you have to wait for part 2. So